Monza, it's Monza.
A lot of slipstreaming and drafting.
So much history in this track.
This is the fastest circuit in Europe. Changing positions a lot of time, even sometimes more than 2 times on the same straight.
You really have to be on your game to get past someone.
It's really nice. It's one of the best races of the calendar.
It's a pretty cool feeling, especially being on the podium and thinking about all the greats that have stood there before.
In race 1 at Monza, it was the fast Puerto Rican Felix Sorales who claimed pole, Carlos Sainz Jr. sitting alongside. A shower at the start forced everybody to pit for rain tyres. Sainz emerged in a lead he was never to relinquish, heading for his first British F3 win. So here we go then for round 5 of the Cooper Tires British Formula 3 International Series, getting underway after 2 laps behind the safety car, field led by the red and white car of Felix Sorales, the poleman for race 1, as the top 10 are inverted, gets pole for race 2 from Fami Ilias. These are truly shocking conditions, rained almost ceaselessly since the end of qualifying in the beginning of race 1. And Saturday, wet. Sunday, very wet indeed. Away goes the Puerto Rican driver. Second, Fami Ilias. Third place, the white car of Nick McBride. You can see Jasman Jafar duck out of the spray just to find out where the start line is. And in the spray behind the leader, it is going to be very dangerous indeed for everybody. Fami Ilias in second with the blue side pods, the silver nose, the white car, Nick McBride. Blue, white and red, that's Jack Harvey in 4th place off the grid. And nobody, I think, is going to make up places on purpose up to the first corner. It might well happen by mistake. On board with Jack Harvey, that's the view. No windscreen wipers, indeed no windscreen. Once you're following a car on the straight, you are doing it absolutely blind. So Sorales, a great opportunity here to recover from the pit stops forced by rain yesterday that cost him any chance of a second win in the championship. And Sorales streaking away now. Well, Sorales, this is playing very nicely for him. He's the only man who can actually see where he's going. And, whoa, nonetheless, makes a mistake under braking. And that is going to cost him potentially. Nick McBride in second place still. So where has Fami Ilias gone? Ilias has vanished from second on the straight. We saw him very offline into the Parabolica. Well, he has vanished. Looks like he might have rejoined the track further back. But this now then, the battle for second. I'd be astonished if Jack Harvey has any idea who is in front of him and that if Fami Ilias actually went off. Harvey's still struggling for visibility. They're in the middle of that 3-car train because they've been caught by Pietro Fantin, car number 2. Now, Fantin, of course, will have exactly the problem that Jack Harvey has, i.e., he can't see Harvey. In fact, we can't even see Fantin. It is so wet here. You can see rivers of water across the track, and they migrate. They change lap by lap as it rains more or less, and more and less runoff comes across the track. So the drivers have to be very careful indeed. And really, Sorales is the only man who's got any clue what's going on. You can see the spray hanging in the trees here. On board again with Harvey. Well, if this was dry, there's no doubt he would be all over McBride and maybe able to get by. This time he goes on the grippy side around the outside. And that's a great move by Jack Harvey. Committed himself early and he went. And Nick McBride clearly had enough visibility to see him coming and let him get through. There's Sainz going through, and there's Ilias. So he did rejoin, and Sorales having another big moment. Well, let's take a look down at the first corner. Locks up here, gets it all back, onto the brakes again, locks up there, decides he's never going to make the corner, goes straight on, and at that stage we've already lost Ilias. So Nick McBride, car 12, in third, but with a run now comes Pietro Fantin. Fantin trying to edge alongside, has to tuck back into the slipstream. This is what we're used to seeing lots of in Monza, using the aerodynamics of the cars to gain an advantage on the man in front. Oh, and a big off for Spike Goddard. He's gone hard left into the barriers where that red concrete is on the right of your pitch. You can see his nose wing, and Nick McBride outbreaks himself at the first chicane. And you can see why. Look, there's a lake there as they turn in. And Harry Tinknell right behind Carlos Sainz now. They are 8th and 9th, and Tinknell started to come on strong. Well, I'm sure that has knocked the wind out of Spike Goddard's sails, and it's certainly knocked the nose off the car. On board now with Pipo Derani heading on to the last lap. That was, I'm pretty sure, Alex Lynn right in front of him. Yes, look at them side by side. Derani, car number 3, up the inside for 6th position. He's got it. Lynn has to go over the curbs to avoid contact and comes back out in front. And Pipo Derani, like everybody else, understands that if you gain a position or hold your position by going outside the track limits, then you have to give it back. He'll be expecting a little bit of courtesy. He's got to be careful though in these conditions. If the car lifts off in front, he might run into him. Well, no lifting off though for Alex Lynn. Looks like he wants to hang on to 6th. Now he needs to pull to one side when they're at a slower speed coming off the chicane, but he doesn't. Heading into the final corner, the Parabolica for the last time, Felix Serralles won race 3 in Alton Park. He is going to become our first 2-time race winner of the season. The 19-year-old from Puerto Rico makes it 2 wins in British Formula 3. Right behind him is Jack Harvey in 2nd position. Good result for him. And heading to the line behind Jasman Jafar in 5th is going to be Alex Lynn in 6th and Pipo Derani in 7th. To the applause of the Fortec team. Well, Derani still going hard on the gas, and he's hit his teammate. They caught the cars in front and slowed down, and Derani flies through the air and into the gravel. And that has badly damaged the car, both cars indeed. Well, Derani clearly had no idea the checker was out and still trying to make the pass, and then suddenly his teammate slows and brace for impact. Oh, that was lucky. Well, confirmation of the result then. Sebastian Pagliacci claims his first win in the national class. Pietro Fantin ended up in 3rd, Jack Harvey 2nd. But our race winner for the 2nd time, Felix Serralles.
Really wet out there. I just tried my best to stay on the track. I wasn't really pushing. I noticed I had a big gap at the beginning of the race, so I just kept working at it and braking later and later. But at least I got a win today. I started pole yesterday, but the pit stop strategy didn't work. But in the end, I'm finally in P1 again.
Ready for the start of round 6 of the Cooper Tires British Formula 3 International Series, with poleman Carlos Sainz having led the field round for a lap behind the safety car to gauge the conditions, which are a little less streamingly wet. Felix Serralles again on the front row in 2nd place as they get the green flag. Alex Lynn, Jasman Jafar there with the turquoise colours ahead of Hannes van Asseldonk, who's kept it on the island this time, and Pipo Derani. And this is a cast iron opportunity for Sainz to take a 2nd race win this weekend. Serralles behind immediately chops across Alex Lynn, who got on the brakes immediately because look, Jasman Jafar tries to go around the outside of him. Turquoise colours of the Malaysian driver. He jumps the chicane just like Lynn did in the last lap of race 2 here to hang on to 6th, which he was eventually taken out of and put back down to 7th. But Jafar will give the place back, and that's a good place to do it. Stays offline, he knows Lynn can see where he's going, and that was a very low-risk place to do it. Good thinking from Jasman Jafar, who starts the attack again immediately. Well, Alex Lynn there, 36 in 3rd place, the red and white car. Jasman Jafar right behind him, and Sainz pulling away. Sainz leads from Serralles. 36 is Alex Lynn. Seems to have stabilised himself a little now ahead of Jasman Jafar, the white and turquoise car. And behind him, Hannes van Asseldonk, Pipo Derani, the 2 red and white machines. Then Pietro Fantin. Teams not enjoying this weather any more than the drivers, I don't think. Everybody will be glad to leave Monza. You don't often say that. This track has so often produced astonishingly exciting racing. If you can't see where you're going, using the slipstream makes it very difficult, as Jack Harvey shows us. In front is someone chucking up all that spray. Now we're right up behind them. We get to see the flashing red light of Harry Tinknell, 21, and Harvey dives by him. Great move from Jack Harvey, and he needs to make some more of those as we sit with Harry Tinknell heading into Curva Grande. Harvey not making the most of qualifying and back down at the bottom of the top 10 on race 1 and race 3's grid. So his championship lead could well slip away here. Harry Tinknell looking to go around the outside, can't do so. This is the battle for 8th place. Jack Harvey, car number 1 in 8th. Too much wheel spin. Tinknell's got a run on him. Harvey sees it coming, just moves across to deny him as they run into the first of the 2 Lesmo corners. Down a gear, now onto the power. Short shoot between the 2 and then heading off down towards the chicane at Variante Ascari. Let's take a look here at that move under braking. Jack Harvey pops out of the slipstream, and to be honest, Tinknell probably had no idea he was coming. That's Pietro Fantin has pulled over. He's parked it. I wonder whether water's got into the electronics. That'd be the first car that's happened to. Meanwhile, back with Harry Tinknell all over Jack Harvey. Now, as the race progresses, Tinknell's car looking a little bit more of a competitive proposition, despite it getting wetter. The rain has returned. It was all but stopped as they started the race. Now it's really raining hard. Maybe Tinknell's car was set up for softer, wetter conditions. He's got a run on Jack Harvey. He's going to have to go the long way around the outside. 200-metre board, 100-metre board. He's still trying the outside. Move, locks up, can't get round. Oh, he can! How on earth has he done that? It looked like he was going to go straight through the chicane there, but he didn't. And look at the water pouring off Tinknell's car as we ride with Harvey, who looks inside at Lesmo 1. How has he done this? Look at this. On the island there, barely just hangs on, and yet somehow out-fumbles Jack Harvey and takes the spot. Parabolica for the final time then for Carlos Sainz. The 17-year-old Spaniard, the youngest driver in the championship, makes it 2 wins here in Monza to join the likes of Felipe Nasser last year and Sergio Perez in 2008 as double race winners. He celebrates in front of the Carlin team, and it's race win number 5 for Spike Goddard as he makes it 2 race wins again in Monza in the national class. Well, that big scare in race 2 didn't put him off as he takes the checkered flag once more. So confirmation then, Spike Goddard is the race 3 winner in Monza in the national class. Alex Lynn takes 3rd behind Felix Sorales, but it's the 2nd race win for Carlos Sainz.
We had showed some good pace in this weekend, either in dry and in wet. So I'm really happy about it, but still there's a long way to go until the end of the championship. We need to go race by race, still improving the setup of the car in dry, also in wet as it looks perfect, but still can we improve it. And yeah, great job by the team again. I did my job and really happy about it.
Spike Goddard leading the national class points as Jack Harvey, the leader after Alton Park, slips to 4th behind Jasman Jafar and Felix Sorales, and Carlos Sainz taking the lead of the championship as they head from Monza.